Hey guys, this is Allure Cosplay and I'm sitting on the side because Cake wants to be in my video. This is vlog number 11 out of my Mechaqueen series. I just came back from visiting my dad, so I have to show you this cool bracelet he got me. It's the Mayan calendar. Anyways, enough about that. What did I do this week for Mechaqueen? I did almost nothing for Mechaqueen this week, and I am going crazy because my deadline is coming up and I need to have it finished. Not because anyone's making me, but because I made myself this deadline. No, kitty, be in my video. He left. He did not want to be in my video anymore. Okay, anyways, why did I do nothing for Mechaqueen this week? Well, almost nothing. I seem to have run out of every single thing I needed, and I was trying to use all the stuff that I already had to continue. Yeah, but I was missing lots of stuff, and it seemed like anything I needed, it was just like out, and I don't know why. So a few weeks back, I found my Gorilla Glue all solid in its bottle, so that went in the garbage. Then from my last video, if you watched it, you probably found out that I ran out of contact cement. I have very little bit left on the bottom, and it's like really goopy now and kind of solidy, so it's really not nice to use. I ran out of my hot glue gun sticks like 2 days after, and I ran out of my orange paint and Velcro and all kinds of other stuff. So I was resorting to doing things to my costume with the items I already had, and I seem to have needed an adhesive for everything I needed to do, and all I had left was the foam spray 77 glue. I don't know if that's the same one you guys have. That's the one we have in Canada, and that's really not strong enough for my costume. It's really good for insulation foam, but not so good for EVA foam. So I could not do with that. So I had to just improvise and do things to my costume with the materials I had. And I had white paint. And that's it. So what did I do? I painted everything white that needed to be painted white. And I also worked on these things. So these are my gauntlets. This is like the one with the ridge on the right, I believe. And this is the one with the rocket on the left. So I already had some insulation foam from my wings. So I just put 2 pieces of insulation foam together. I sprayed them with the trusty 77 spray foam glue thingy. And I stuck them together and I cut it out and I sanded it, and then I primed it with some wood glue. I diluted my wood glue a little bit, by the way, not too much, but just a little bit with a few drops of water, just because wood glue can get kind of thick, and once you're applying it on, it's not going to give you as smooth of a finish, and it can glob up and stuff. So I don't know, I've seen that technique from other cosplayers out there, and I swear by it, it works. Dilute your wood glue, only wood glue, not the other ones. Do not be putting water in other glues. It's probably not going to work. But in wood glue, you can put a few drops of water, and that will make it much nicer for priming your insulation foam. After that, I sanded it again a little bit because wood glue is also sandable, and I just needed to smooth it out a little bit, and I started painting. I painted my gauntlets. I ran out of the orange, so this part is supposed to be orange. I went out and I bought some orange today, so I am saved. I have some stuff that I can work with. Aside from these 2 things, this is actually, by the way, also insulation foam, 2 pieces, and I just sanded it down and cut it out and all that stuff. When I was out of glue, I had to use my silicone to glue these things. And actually, silicone is a good adhesive. You just have to wait a very, very long time. So what did I do? I just stuck this thing and the rocket thing on with the silicone, and I left it to dry all night, and then I put more silicone all around so that you cannot see the gap, because it had lifted slightly even though it was stuck together. Also, once you glob up a bunch of silicone, or honestly any other glue, the outside of the glue, whatever is exposed to the air, will dry much quicker than the inside of the glue, so you got to give it a long time for it to all dry thoroughly throughout. So you can definitely use silicone as glue. You just have to be very patient in your waiting time. I mean, here's a good example of that. It's really solid on there. I can't really get it off, pry it off. But I had to wait all night, so that's a bit of a downfall. The other one also is stuck pretty well. This is just the foam actually moving. To stick this one, I actually cut out a small piece from here, not all the way through, but I kind of dug in a little bit and then put this in just so I can give it a little bit more stability and foundation. I don't know what else to call it. And then I went all around with the silicone after the inside was dry, like on the next day kind of thing. If I had gone with silicone all around right away, the inside might have taken quite a lot longer to dry, because that was the access to it, to the air. If that makes sense? I don't know. So yeah, that's sometimes you just have to improvise in cosplay, right? Because you gotta try things and see if they work. And this worked. So if you're out of adhesives, you can definitely use silicone. Just wait a long time for it to dry. What did I do today? I got some glue sticks, because oh my gosh, I really needed some, and I'm hoping this will last for this and hopefully the next costume as well. I got a whole bunch of paint, because I really needed some, because this is the orange. This is 3 coats of orange. You can still see through it. So I'm really confused why it only does it to orange. I have tried all kinds of other colors of paint, and it only does it to the orange. All the other paints cover much better. Even the yellow. I don't know why. The orange is just, it drives me crazy. So I have to do like 15 coats on the same piece so that it becomes somewhat solid orange. Yeah, so that made my orange run out really quickly. Sorry. And this is actually my front, and I also worked on the back. And let me show you what I mean. So what I was filming, actually this happened, and let me explain why this keeps happening, because I discovered this problem before. That was my cat walking right next to me, and I found a way to fix it. This is actually contact cement, and contact cement, even though I put it on this surface and then on this surface, did not stick too well to it. Contact cement sticks really well to this strappy backpack kind of fabric, nylon strapping thing. I don't know what it's called. It sticks really well to it. However, it does not stick really well to the interior ridge, well, I guess exterior to some people, part of the foam. It sticks really well on the smooth part of the foam, but not so well on this part of the foam. And this is actually much, even though it's rigid, it's much smoother by itself than this part. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but if you really touch it, this actually is much smoother than this. This feels shinier. I don't know. What did I do? I just got my Dremel and I Dremeled the inside parts, and then I put some contact cement, and that really made it stick. So if you just rough up the inside, this will not happen. I unfortunately forgot about these 4, those 2 and those 2, and I'm gonna have to probably take them off and redo it, because I don't want this to happen on con day. So yes, this is my crazy contraption here. This is my back plate. I have not stuck the actual piping piece to it yet. I just got some nuts and bolts today, so I will probably hopefully be doing that this week, and I will have a video for that next week. I have not worked on my wings at all because I'm waiting for my second light for my second wing. I have not finished the wings because if I'm trying to see if the light is gonna come in time for me to finish it, so I'm trying to leave them for last. However, if it doesn't come within the next week, I am probably gonna finish the wings without the lights, and then I'm gonna make a second pair of wings later on after this convention and this excursion. I have some tape over here, and why do I do that? I used some contact cement right here for those two pieces to stick together. This is a very small connection for a large piece to stay on. So while it's drying, I actually put some tape on both sides to keep it together so I don't have to hold it myself. And I left that overnight for it to fully dry nicely. Alright, this looks slightly ridiculous. However, let me explain. Those two I haven't actually finished yet. They're just being held by safety pins right now because I wasn't sure where exactly I needed those to sit. They're just held by buckles. Why do I have this? This is going to my back plate. This is going to have my wings on it. That puts a lot of extra weight on it. So I didn't think that just a few pieces of Velcro will actually be able to hold this nicely on my back and be sturdy. So what I did is I added this on my front. This will be covered by the chest plate anyways. These floppy funny things are actually for my shoulder pieces. Once I Velcro them at the front, this is missing the second piece of Velcro that I just showed you. And see, this is what happens. This is why you need to Dremel the inside of your foam, because this is what's going to happen. Let me show you what it looks like with most of it on, but not this clearly because I'm gonna have to fix it. Alright, so this is actually pretty solid on me. There's two pieces of Velcro right here. Those two pieces actually fell off, so I'm gonna have to fix that. There's a giant piece over here, and there's a smaller piece over here, and I Dremeled both sides of the foam to make sure that my pieces don't come off, and I'm gonna obviously have to do for those two. Those two are actually for my shoulders, and let me show you. Here is some shoulder armor. I actually did some detailing with some craft foam. This could have been a little bit more 3D, however, I'm running out of time, so this is the best that it's gonna be. Yeah, actually I'm going to put a bunch of Velcro right here and a bunch of Velcro on the other side and just stick that on, and hopefully that's just gonna hold for the rest of the day. It's somewhat a little bit conflicts with my helmet. However, I'm not going to wear the helmet at all times. I'm just gonna wear it for a couple photos, and then I'm gonna carry it around because I will not be able to breathe in that for the whole day. So here is how it sits. And look at this. The orange drives me crazy. Okay, before my battery dies, I'm going to talk about a few more things. First off, why did I add the harness? Because of the weight, I needed to have the extra support, so hopefully that's going to help me out. These are the hardware that I got for the back, so hopefully I'm going to use that to attach it. I got really a wide washer so that it doesn't, like, this doesn't go through the foam, because I need it to stay on the foam, so, you know. Also, this, I actually used a bunch of spare pieces of foam, and I stacked them one on top of each other, and then I made this wide piece, and this is actually really soft foam, just for me to try it out. I'm actually going to take this off and put some Velcro on, and have Velcro over here on top of the floppy pieces that you saw. Anyways, I really hope this helped somebody. It took me 2 hours to film this because things kept happening, and it's over now. Thank you so much for having me, watching me, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye, guys.